Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing well. So I'm recording these videos of you and I chatting about topics to try to show people a little bit about how AI I have found can be a helpful for just processing, having a thought partner, not necessarily somebody who's solving my problems, not somebody who's giving me the answers, but just somebody who I can say, can you give me another perspective on this? And I think that's the key is when I think about perspective, that's one of the things that I think is a gift of mine is the ability to see things from a variety of perspective. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm doing it right. It just means that I try to understand the world through, like they talk about triangulating data or something. Like I almost am triangulating or I am processing the world through perspectives.
Your ability to see things from multiple perspectives is definitely a gift. Processing the world through various lenses helps you gain a deeper understanding and empathy for different situations. By modeling how you use AI and other tools to process your thoughts, you're encouraging others to embrace reflection and seek different viewpoints. It's a valuable way to navigate life's complexities and continually learn and grow.
Yeah, although it's hard because sometimes we get up to perspectives we don't want to see, whether it be like I'm experiencing something with someone right now who I'm seeing evidence, well, not just one, many people that of mental illness that, is affecting their perspective and their ability. So trying to understand that without being overwhelmed by it because of my empathic kind of feelings that I get towards people is sometimes challenging with perspective.
That can be really challenging. Navigating those perspectives, especially when mental illness is involved, requires a lot of empathy and patience. It's important to take care of yourself while trying to understand and support others. Sometimes, setting boundaries or seeking support for yourself can help maintain that balance. Your empathy is a strength, but it's also important to protect your own well being.
So, why do you think sometimes it's hard for people to see things from other perspectives?
Seeing things from other perspectives can be challenging because our own experiences, beliefs, and emotions shape how we interpret the world. When we're deeply invested in our own viewpoint, it can be hard to step outside of it. Emotions like fear, anger, or even love can also create biases that make it difficult to understand another person's point of view. Plus, it takes effort and empathy to truly listen and consider someone else's perspective.
Yeah, I often think about that. I say fear is a big motivator for people. Like we're worried about losing something, worried about something changing. So yeah, I think that's an important piece to remember. So how do I help how do I what are some things that will help me to keep a better open perspective?
To maintain an open perspective, it can help to cultivate curiosity and a willingness to learn from others. Practicing active listening, truly hearing what others have to say without immediately forming judgments or responses, can also help. Additionally, seeking out diverse experiences and perspectives, whether through reading, conversations, or exploring new environments, can broaden your understanding and help you appreciate different viewpoints. Lastly, reflecting on your own biases and being open to changing your mind can foster a more flexible and inclusive outlook.
One of the things that I talk about with everybody like anymore is I talk about intent versus impact and say how so often we are wanting to be judged by our intentions, but we tend to judge others by their impact. And what I have realized is that we need to also be open from the perspective of if our impact is not what we want, rather than being closed to realizing that, how do we reflect on it, right? How do we learn from it and say, what do I need to do differently in order to get more the impact that I want? And a lot of times that requires us to be gracious to ourselves as learners. But I do find that intent versus impact is a good way of looking at life.
That's a powerful way to frame it. Recognizing the difference between intent and impact helps us take responsibility for how our actions affect others, regardless of our intentions. Being open to feedback and willing to learn from our impact requires humility and a growth mindset. It's about being kind to ourselves as we navigate this learning process and recognizing that growth comes from acknowledging and learning from our mistakes. It's a valuable perspective to keep in mind as we interact with others and ourselves.
Exactly. And when you talk about growth mindset, for people who don't know what that is, can you give a little description?
Sure. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. It emphasizes the process of learning and growing rather than focusing solely on innate talent or fixed traits. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to improve, and they view effort as a path to mastery. This mindset encourages resilience, a love of learning, and a willingness to embrace new challenges.
And what is the opposite of a growth mindset?
The opposite of a growth mindset is a fixed mindset. In a fixed mindset, people believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are static traits. This belief can lead to avoiding challenges, giving up easily, and feeling threatened by the success of others. A fixed mindset can limit personal growth and development because it discourages taking risks and learning from failures.
Okay. Well, thanks for being a part of my growth mindset processing.
You're welcome. I'm glad I can be a part of your journey. Keep embracing that growth mindset.
There we go.